cosplayers who've been doing this for more than a decade, cosplayers who are master level cosplayers, or cosplayers who are renowned for their work. I need you to do me a favor. Please stitch this, duet this, or even make your own videos showing your progress from when you started to where you are now.
Good morning, spooky family. I have my Dunkin'. You know what that means. It is time for a caffeine confessional. Yeah. But I'm going to actually tag the original creator of this video that is, in the very beginning here as our introduction, because we're going to be talking about cosplay as a journey. I'm going to a brand new convention in less than 2 weeks with a bunch of my besties, and very nervous because I'm premiering a brand new outfit from Hell of a Boss. I'm going to hopefully get to meet Alex Brightman in this outfit, and it's cosplay 100% is a journey, and it's by no means linear either. So, yeah, let's get into that. So for many of you that don't know my background in cosplay, here's just a really quick, brief synopsis. And it starts off with the fact that I've been doing theater since high school. So early 2000s, again, I'm almost 40. But I really got into cosplay a little over 10 years ago. Again, a bunch of my friends were going to a convention. They were like, hey, we should all dress up. It would be fun. And I was like, absolutely. But I've been going to Ren Fair, which Ren Fair and Halloween, I really do believe are the gateway drugs to cosplay. Just full disclosure there. And not only that, but again, doing theater, doing Fright Nights with Kennywood, it was all a gateway to cosplay. It was coming down the line. And then, of course, within those 10 years, I had 2 children, I got divorced, and I used all of those experiences and meeting all the friends that I did through cosplay as an opportunity. And I actually wrote a book. It's on Amazon. It's called Coping Through Cosplay. You could look it up right now if you wanted to. I don't make anything from it because of a whole other story that we can get into another day, but we're not today. But the point is that I wrote this story, which was kind of like a chicken soup for the soul, style writing of cosplay stories and how cosplay has been meaningful to the people that are engaging in it. And I honestly, on a sidebar, would love to rewrite this book. It is something that's been on my soul for quite some time because that book had so many flaws, which is why I don't really promote it. But she does exist, and we need to acknowledge her because it was my first publication. And when that book came out, I did a book tour. I got invited to be a guest in several places. And I am so blessed to be able to have done everything that I did in my cosplay journey because, like I already said, I don't have all of those prestigious awards attached to my name. So, again, I feel like I have a very different journey than a lot of other people. And then the pandemic happened. And when the pandemic happened, it really was a huge upheaval in my life. Financially, emotionally, just life in general. And it's been very difficult for me to kind of pick myself up back fully. But I will say I did make also a really big shift when one of my best friends moved in with me who makes a lot of her own clothes, like everyday clothes. And I went from an idea of cosplay being something that is very expensive and being something that I can only do occasionally to what if this was my clothing all the time? And I took this shift from costuming to clothing. And that's how I really started making a lot of my own clothes. And that's what I've been doing now for the past few years. So I've kind of gotten away from the more costumey, the larger pieces. And not because I don't love them, not because I don't love making them, not because I can't make them. But that is another huge part of my journey. The next portion is I want to get into a little bit of photography. I want to show you some pieces that I made in the very beginning and then to what I'm making now, things that have been published now, and to kind of show you the things that I would do differently now having 10 years of experience and why cosplay is always a journey and it's not linear. It has ups, it has downs, it has valleys, it has peaks, it has highs, it has lows, and you have to respect the journey.
So guys, here you go. This is my absolute first official cosplay at a comic convention as Poison Ivy. I am taking pictures in the Batmobile, and it's just hysterical to think how far I have come from this outfit, but I still love her. there is so many wonderful things that I did with this outfit, and I was very proud of myself, especially with that much skin showing back then. Like, this is pre-kids. Like, ooh, girl, she is loving life. So 2 cool things about this photo. First of all, this was my very first paid cosplay modeling gig, and me and my best friend, who's on this app, Amanda Leota, we got chosen when we were at Pittsburgh Wizarding World, which was only there for 2 years. But very cool experience, and she's actually going to be writing a book. I can't wait to see when it comes out, and we will definitely be in there. I'm not sure what photos. She's done photos a couple times, this particular photographer. So I'm not sure what photos she would use of either of us, but, you know, exciting to be part of that when it happens. And then the other cool part is, because of when I get my tattoos, the panda tattoo on my left forearm, that happened after my divorce. So this photo was taken about 7 years ago. So I'm going to include this one because, again, this photo meant a lot to me. This is a cosplay magazine that unfortunately is not around anymore, but this was my first full page spread in a magazine. I now believe between my photography and cosplay, have well over a dozen publications now in different magazines, which is crazy to think about, but again, so honored to have. But this was my very first one. This was my first photo shoot with Jeff Zoit, with Jeff Zoit Visuals here on the app. And, you know, I remember when we were photographing my Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was like, you don't photograph plus-size people. You don't know how. And he made me feel like the Jedi princess that I always wanted to be. He did these amazing visuals with my lightsaber, and it was actually snowing. So, like, that is real snow that you are seeing around me. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful photo shoot. It is still, to this day, one of my favorite photo shoots I've ever done. And again, this was pre-pandemic, so this was about 2019. So now we're looking at about 5 years ago. So fun fact, me and my partner have very different aesthetics, but one thing that we can agree on is Nightmare Before Christmas rocks. So we have done Dapper Jack and Sally. We did a group one with Lock, Shock, and Barrel with Mandalay Oda. Where we actually got to take photos with the voice of Jack Skellington. So cool. And then this was actually my last award, which was 2 years ago. I think almost 3 now. But we won a judges award for our Samurai Jack and our Sally. And I didn't include the photo of him because, I'm sorry, like, the way that this thing, like, crops every photo I was trying to add, it was just being weird. But again, I was so proud of this. My makeup is done by Mandalay Oda. We collabed on that. And again, I just can't stress enough. I just love every single thing about this outfit. I think it turned out so beautifully. And to see how far I have come from, you know, hot gluing leaves onto a bodysuit to making a multi-layered cultural, you know, piece of art, just really made me so proud of myself. I'm going to end this with, where do I see cosplay going from here? So again, currently I'm doing more clothing cosplay, and this was actually a design that my daughter created. She drew both of these dresses. We are Heat Miser and Snow Miser, and we did not compete, but she was very excited last Christmas to wear these with me and to walk around the convention, and I could not have been more proud, and I'm trying not to cry, of my little designer and everything that I get to create for her and with her, and to see me give the baton to the next generation, I think, is the greatest gift that cosplay can give.
So I hope that this was informative. I hope that this inspired you to remember to not judge yourself where you are right now. And don't even be like, oh my God, where am I going to be 10 years from now? Because if someone would have told me 10 years from now that I would be making cosplays designed by my daughter, I wouldn't have believed you. Sorry. So just remember that no matter where you started from or where you hope to go, just enjoy where you're at, okay? I hope you guys have a great day. Keep cosplaying, Don't forget to stay spooky. Bye.